Welcome r/Nuclearrevenge. Illegal job, rich white boy boss, and his constant greed. Lazy ass gets what he deserves. The reason I'm posting here is because the job I did for some kind of cash was technically illegal, or at least against a certain online game's T&C. I can't post this in other revenge subs. So here we go. Acronyms are for the illiterate, so I'll spare you a casting call. Once upon a time, 2 years ago now, I was on disability leave from work, and it wasn't enough to cover the bills. So I tried selling my artwork. Granted, it wasn't very good at the time. I was trying to appeal to niche fandoms that had no artwork. Didn't go well. So one day, while playing a game to cool off, the game we are talking about features mass online multiplayer vehicular shenanigans and gunslinging fun. Very popular at the time compared to today. Those who played at the time will remember us in the chat very well. Someone was advertising cheap in-game currency, hacked in with a mod menu. I asked if they wanted someone to help advertise. I was accepted. Now, as part of the details of the job, the first thing you did was bring people into the Discord server after having them contact you directly. It helped to have a short username. You bring them into the server and they choose from several packages listed on the website. If you made a sale, you got a cut of the profit. I was making about $200 a month, enough to help with bills. I was a selling machine and climbed the ranks fast enough to be granted access to high-ranking abilities like using the menu to hack money into people's accounts, change their levels, whatever they wanted. I used my powers for good and kicked out malicious hackers every time I encountered one. I was third in command and loving helping people less fortunate to keep up with the insane inflation problem the game company created with their tens of millions of dollars required to access the full game experience. I was getting people into airplanes and bunkers. I was proud of myself. Now for the rich white boy. He was the one who created the business, and he thought of himself as a big deal, a hot shot, because he had a very high view count on his YouTube channel, dedicated to fidget spinners. This is 100% true, and we made fun of him all the time for it. So the power and glory was all going to his head. His second in command, Red, became fast friends with me, and together we dominated the game, with Spinner sitting back and taking a 50% cut on all sales while doing no work. He kept bragging about his new computer parts, his huge house. He waved his parents' wealth in our faces. Red was having trouble keeping up with his bills too. Both of us needed the sales, so we worked our asses off. Spinner's empire grew with the two of us bringing in 400 people each. The Discord server was massive, and we were proud of our accomplishment. Out of the blue, the money stopped coming in from Spinner. His PayPal was what was hooked up to the business. Now this guy was 17 at the time, a fake hacks 0R type, and took all the credit for himself on creating the menu. He didn't, he bought it, and making a safeguard to not get caught. Red made that, so Red and I hounded him for 2 weeks to pay us. I sent in a payment ticket for my daily commission to PayPal. Red came back and stopped me from pursuing further as he was formulating a plan. I waited. He told me in detail what we were to do. As the pair who built this company to what it was, we had the tools and knowledge. It was time to topple the giant we created. In the middle of the night, while Spinner was asleep, we took control of the server. One by one we kicked each person out. 1,000 users gone in about 10 minutes. The final icing on the cake, we deleted the entire server. Spinner was furious and blamed me for it all for incredibly sexist reasons. He didn't do a single bit of work. Between Red and I, we had the archive of users at our fingertips. Spinner had 12. A week later, Spinner tried to intimidate me, though I'm far more tech savvy than I'll let on. He tried to dox me with no success in front of his small gang of 13-year-old lackeys. I laughed in his face when he read the incorrect address and told him to fuck off. I was shocked as mindless worshippers still were trying to scare me afterwards. I posted some artwork online, and one of them commented, "How does it feel to have no internet, bitch?" I just reported the comment and went on merry way. The aftermath. Spinner could never rebuild what we created and destroyed. He decided to take 100% pay cut for the next line of cronies and never let them know the previous sellers and hackers got a decent commission rate, so he was scum until the very end of the day. He never reached 100 users and gave up a couple months later. We had a mole who knew what he did to us and decided to kiss ass for our personal benefit. I paid the piper eventually and lost everything on my account. I don't regret what I did. I still think the company is scum and horribly greedy to lock away part of the game, unless you're willing to pay a few $100s for their legitimate currency. I still look at it as helping people out. That's not how GTA Online works. Having played it way too much, I believe it was designed for the trolls, so that it can be as infuriating as possible. I didn't use hacks, but still had a macro key to instantly suspend the game from 10 seconds as an emergency disconnect button. For everyone else it looks like you disconnected. For you it looks like everyone else did. Sometimes it was necessary to not outright lose progress because some shat decided to shoot you up for fun while you're grinding. There were only two real ways of getting ahead in that game: microtransactions and hacks, and it's 100% Take-Two's fault. They're the ones who refuse to print enough in-game money unless you pay them actual money after buying the game for full price. I used to use hack to help people with bunkers and shit. I joined in a battle of hackers where a whole crew were hackers using paid hack mods, used hack to troll others, and on our side was just 6 dude with some self-coding mods. It was fun. I got permanent banned on one account in that fight, but that crew got 98% members banned, so hey. I've got over 1300 hours playtime on that account though, and my other 1500 hours playtime got social club banned for no reason lol. No longer play, since waiting for Da6th. I might have kicked some of you guys out. I couldn't stand the guys who used mods to cause random fatal explosions. The ones jumping around the map were fine in my book, but cause everyone else trouble for no reason. You were gone. We hacked in several Batmobiles before they were released at the airport for people to play with too. I love doing that kind of thing. Nah, all those assholes I fought that day were from a crew in my country. I couldn't stand those used mod to fuck with other people. I went 25 hours straight to help strangers once. It was fun, but 25 hours straight is never a good thing for my health. Mayo. I helped out a guy who got fucked over by other hackers. I teleported to that guy and just crashed those hackers. The guy I helped later became a YouTuber. We were in a recording session when that big war happened. That dude got banned just because he was in the lobby. Poor guy. Mayo. I had a hero like that once. The menu I bought after we destroyed the company went belly up as the game company caught them and served them a legality dish. So I gave up mod menus to this day. I was running a generic blow up some boxes in a specific area mission and someone was being a massive jerk and camping my boxes, even though that mission grants any intruders no reward. I called someone in the server who was nice to everyone to come help, and suddenly his car teleported next to me and he blew the shit out of the jerk. I didn't tattle. I love some vigilante justice. He left right after, so I couldn't thank him properly. I've met a very chill Canadian hacker. We were flying through the map on the Golden Luxor, back when the game just got on PC. Not many server or lobby you can connect to. Ours was full lobby. We start asking where are all others people from when all of a sudden an asshole said fuck the Muslim to a guy from Singapore. Well, 31 others people got pissed and started killing him. Me and that Canadian dude provided some airlift to that asshole position by plane. After all other parachuted out, we flew directly at that mofo. He got in his house. Me and the Canadian used mod to fuck him over, so he got spawned out, get killed a dozen times more. Then he decided to find a new lobby. We went on with our shit before the thing, but not for long. That racist pose unlucky enough got reconnect back to our lobby again, and the fun begin again. Love the community back then. I used to hack on GTA, but I could only money drop myself, which was boring. But I used to spawn in stuff for noobos, so that they have an easier time doing free mode activity. When getting money for others we'd need to get their account details and login, telling them to change the password before we do, so we don't end up with a personal password. So yeah, hacking massive amounts of cash took hours and hours and cost extra if they didn't want us to have access to their account, which is fair.